What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. I actually have a day off today. For 4 weeks I haven't had a day off at all. I've been working every single day, the whole day since we opened the shop back in June 22nd. Super busy, blessed, don't get me wrong, to be able to be working every day, and happy with that, right? But also make me realize that being super busy might not be the best thing, because sometimes we tend to confuse being busy with being productive. Let me explain. So I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time, and I want to start by saying that I love this industry. I think this is the best industry ever, and reason why I said this is because in this industry we go to school for a short amount of time, yet we can become whatever we want. I think you can become anything you want in any industry, but it is such a beautiful industry, and what we do is just amazing, right? So because of that, I love this industry, and anybody that wants to become a barber, yes, this is an amazing industry. And being a barber, being a stylist or makeup artist or anything that has to do with beauty industry is a great career, full of great things, right? Like smiles and just fulfillment, right? But there's negative things, and I think people don't talk about this, especially for those that want to become barbers or stylists or any part of the beauty industry. There's a couple of negative things that I want to talk about in this video. Okay, so one of the main things that I think people don't talk about is how easily is it to become a slave of this industry. Let me explain. Becoming a hair slave means that you are at the shop every single day since you open, since you close, right? Most barbers, that's how you work, right? We work like that. I used to work just like that. I used to be at the shop at the beginning when we open, and I used to be at the shop at the end until we close, and I would stay extra for clients, right? And then I realized that I started losing friendships because I just wouldn't go out like that anymore with them, right? And the reason for it was because I wanted to be at the shop, and I knew that if I didn't go to the shop, maybe that one client will go to the shop and not see me and get a haircut with somebody else. I was very afraid of this, right? And then I realized that, you know, this industry takes a lot of your time, and the problem with that is that if you want to do all the things, sometimes you can't, right? Like we work on the weekends, and if we want to go out, for example, on a Friday, we know we can't stay until whatever time we want because we gotta be at the shop or the salon the next day in the morning. So you know, it's a job, in I think that in any job you sacrifice, right? But I think people forget the amount of hours that we spend at work. Something that, you know, it took me a while to understand. I used to think that the more that I was at the shop, the better, and just grind. But then you start seeing the years pass by, and then you realize, wow, like, is it even worth it? So that's something to keep in mind if you are trying to get into this industry. Remember that at the beginning, or especially for a long time, you're gonna have to be working all the time just to build that clientele, to be able to raise your prices, to be able to learn what you're trying to do, right? So very important. If you are not willing to put in the time, then this industry might not be for you. So I got these clippers on the same week, right? Thank you to Wall, thank you for Gamma Plus for sending me the clippers. I've been using them since I got them, obviously. And I want to do a review because I know some of you want to learn about these clippers, right? So my question is, should I do the review of the Detailer first or the Gamma Ergo first? Let me know in the comments below. So another thing that people don't talk about is the bad energy in this industry, right? I don't mean everybody, because obviously everybody's not like that, but there's a lot of people that are very jealous of each other. There's a lot of competition, and there's competition everywhere. I don't mind competition, right? The problem is that people compete with price instead of quality, right? People compete talking bad about somebody else's work right? And not trying to actually praise that barber for trying to do something, right? And I see that a lot on social media. A barber posts a haircut, it's a nice haircut, right? But because it doesn't look Photoshop, or it doesn't look like, the best haircut ever, then people destroy it on the comments that, oh, that haircut this and this and that. And in reality, that could actually be a good haircut. It's just that it's a natural haircut. And unfortunately, in this industry, we got to a point where everybody is just editing their photos. And I don't mean editing in a way that you change the color, you change the brightness, things like that, because I do that, right? And any picture that you take, you most likely are gonna edit a couple of things just to make it look better, right? But I'm talking about editing the haircut. Like, people edit the haircut to make it look better than it actually looked in real life. The problem with this is that a lot of people that are new to the industry, they have no idea about this. So they see a haircut, they set up a goal to achieve, and they don't realize they're never gonna achieve that, because that haircut is not real. It was edited, right? And it takes a little bit of a trained eye to realize that it's not a real photo, right? So unfortunately, because of this, then there's a lot of jealousy of people not wanting to share with others what they're doing, right? And even people that edit photos, like, if you tell them, like, you message them like, oh dude, like, can you tell me which apps you use to edit your photos? They won't tell you. You message them, ask them, oh, what type of camera or lens you use? They won't share that with you, because they think if you get the same camera, somehow you're gonna take attention away from them, which is very stupid. I never understood that mentality. But that's the problem that's happening with the industry. I see a lot of people that message me and ask me, oh dude, like, how do you do that haircut that barber posted? And I go on their page and I see that haircut, and then I realize that it's not even a real haircut. So I try to explain to that person that like, it's very hard to achieve that because it's not real. It was edited. And then sometimes those messages, people think that I'm either hating on that one barber or that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? And just because I'm trying to be real with them. So that is my new iPad, and the reason why I got an iPad is because I realized that I'm the type of person, I like to write things. Like, I'm always writing something, right? And I realized that if I don't write my ideas, I'll forget them, right? I think that we need to stop using our mind as a hard drive, because it's not, right? So I realized that by writing down my ideas, it's easier for me to remember and to get them done. So that brings me to my next tip. Let me see. I'm gonna actually read on my notes, right? And the next one was actually something that the false expectations of how easy it is to become a barber or hairstylist. I think that nowadays there's so much information out there, and it's great because we can achieve our goals so much quicker because of the amount of information there is, that I didn't have that when I started cutting hair. The problem is that people have false expectations, and the reason for it is because people are not sharing exactly how long it took them to learn something, right? A lot of people try to share this idea that, yeah, I'm a beginning barber and I'm already doing haircuts that are like, amazing. And the truth is that sometimes it's not necessarily like that. Yes, nowadays you don't have to take 10 years to become a great barber. You can take 3, right? But anyways, the repetition of having to do it every single day still applies, right? You have to like anything, any skill, you have to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. So when barbers tell you, I've been cutting for 6 months and I can do those type of haircuts, I'm always a little concerned if it's actually true. And the reason is because if they're telling that to everybody, then I don't want people to have false expectations, and when they cannot do it under 6 months, they're going to be frustrated and just leave the industry, right? I think it's important to realize that it takes time. That's another tip that I think people don't think about when they're trying to become a barber. They think it's super easy, and it's not. So I came to the shop to take some photos, and I try to as much as possible when I have days off to use some of that day, like a small amount of that day, to create content, photos, videos, YouTube, whatever I'm trying to do. But the project I'm into, I try to use a little bit of that day off to just create that content. it's hot in here. So one of those things that I think people don't talk about enough, and I feel like it's very important, is that we are inside the shop the whole day. You know what? I used to not. Oh, it's hot. No, let me turn on the car. And it used to, you know, it used to not bother me, but now it does. Like, especially right now after quarantine, the days have been in Jersey, they have been beautiful, super hot. I'm gonna put on the, oh, I think I left my phone. Yep, I left my phone. I'll be right back. So I'm back. So I used to not mind it, but honestly now I'm like, wow, I'm missing out the days. Like, you know, think about it. We start in the morning, but not too early for the most part, and then what we done is already night, so we miss the whole day, and it just kind of getting to me, especially, for example, my shop is like a half basement, so that means that yes, there's light, there's windows, right, but still, you know, it's still like there's not like a huge amount of sunlight. So, you know, I wanted it that way because I wanted a studio. I wanted to be kind of hidden, kind of like, you know, not in the, like, where everybody could see it, because I wanted to make sure that it was just more exclusive, right? But at the same time, you know, now that it's so nice outside, I'm like, wow, like, I miss out to be able to like get out of work at a decent time so I can enjoy a little bit of the day. So one of those negative things about this industry is that most likely you're gonna spend the whole day at the shop and you're gonna miss on the nice days, especially, unfortunately, if you have plans. Usually when we're gonna go out or something, like, we are the last ones to get ready. Like, we are the last ones where like, you know, like, everybody has to wait for us for everything. So, you know, something to keep in mind if you are okay with that grind or that hustle or working like that, or you prefer more like a 9 to 5 where you gotta work at 5 and you can just go ahead and enjoy the rest of the day. So I was just at the bank and depositing money to pay the bills at the shop. It's important that you guys realize that, you know, everybody talks about how like they want to own a shop because it seems like the ultimate goal for a barber. But remember that that shop comes with bills. Like, you're gonna have to pay bills, and unfortunately, you know, like, not everybody understands that. I think it's something so simple, but people don't understand that. Believe me, like, I find it surprising how like people message me all the time about like, oh, David, like, I can't pay the bills on my shop. And I'm like, why? Is that because the way they have set up their system, the business plan that they have, it just doesn't work. So they don't have money to pay for their bills, so they're broke. So they actually used to make more money before owning a shop. So once they own the shop, they're actually broke because they have no idea what they're doing. So that brings me to the last reason why this industry might not be for you, and the reason is money, right? We only get paid when we work, right? We don't get paid. Most places we don't get paid by hour. I mean, some places you do get paid by hour, right? But the problem with getting paid by hour is that you are not making as much as you could, just because you are leaving a lot of money on the side, and the owner of the place is taking a lot from you. So I believe more on like a commission or rent. I think it's better for the business, it's better for the barber or the stylist. And but that brings me to the point that we don't make money and we don't work, right? If we're not at the shop, we don't make money. Some days we're super busy, some days we're not busy at all. Like, it happens to everybody. And a lot of people, unfortunately, in this industry, we love to spend on things that we don't need, right? And what I mean in this industry, I mean, it happens in every industry, but I feel like in our industry we see a lot more, is because, think about it, we all about image, right? Like, we make people look better. That's exactly what we do, right? Feel better, look better. So the beauty industry is obviously about beauty, right? And we associate beauty with, you know, the things you have, how you dress, how you, the shoes you buy, the clothes you buy, you know, the car you drive, all that stuff. And unfortunately for this is that, you know, some barbers and stylists unfortunately have no financial education, so they spend more than they actually make. And because they have to believe that tomorrow, it's okay if I spend what I make today because tomorrow I'm gonna make the same. The problem is that that's not how it usually is, right? We can have super busy days where they're extremely productive and you do very well, but other days are not gonna be as busy as you think, or maybe your client doesn't have extra money to give you tip, or many factors, right? And because of that, then that money that you thought you were gonna make, now you're not gonna make it, and now you are in debt, right? Like now you gotta swipe that credit card just to be able to maintain that lifestyle. So this is important to realize, that if you want a job where you make the same every week, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever, then this might not be the job for you, because this job is just based on how much we work. And I'm home now, but I don't, let me turn this up because it looks weird. Yeah, so I'm home now, but I don't want to go in because then my kids are not gonna let me finish the video. So with that in mind, it doesn't mean that being a barber is not a good job, or a stylist. It is a great job. It's an amazing career. You just gotta educate yourself more about finances, about obviously how to do what we do, because there's no retirement for the most part. There's no benefits, right? Very few places that I know offer like health benefits, for example. It's on us to do that. It's on us to invest. It's on us to take care of our own benefits and our own retirement. And unfortunately, a lot of barbers and hairstylists don't do that. They don't take care of something so basic, and not because they don't want to. They just don't know. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with their money. They don't have no financial education. So all they do with the money they spend, because they don't know what else to do with it, until they get older and then realize, oh man, now what am I gonna do? Like, I have no money for retirement. I should have gotten a job that had a 401k, thinking that a 401k somehow is going to give them that retirement that they wish, right? But that's another topic. So pretty much is that if you are trying to become a barber, a hairstylist, think about these 5 things and make sure that you're okay with them. If you're okay with them, then this is the best industry in the world. You can make as much as you want to make. You can charge as much as you want to charge, and set up your schedule the way you want once you get to that point that you are able to do that. I'm now able to work the days that I want to work. I'm able to take the days off that I want to take off. Now, because of the shop, my shop is new, so obviously I gotta be there, but at some point that's gonna be an autopilot as much as possible, and I'm gonna be able to obviously be able to take some time off to do other things. It's just part of the grind. It's part of building. But what I'm trying to say with all this is that make sure that if you are part of this industry and you want to be part of this industry, remember that there's extra things you're gonna have to do to be able to set up yourself for success. That's it. That's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Trying to bring you different content, try to open your mind to what else we can do in this beautiful industry, because I love it. I wouldn't change this industry for anything else. And I have seen very dark moments in this industry, but I've seen beautiful moments. And now I'm living the best part of my life, to be honest with you, thanks to this industry, because it is amazing. We just need a little extra education to succeed. That's all, guys. So don't forget to leave me your comments below about what you think about this video, or if there's other things that you want to add to something like this, to a list of why things that like you might think twice before becoming a barber. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.